Welcome to Like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast. I'm Aaron Mason.
And I'm Max Mason.
And we're back for another week. And I'm back from traveling.
Yep.
I got
through all the snowstorms. And
Yes. I made it to Connecticut, but it never got above maybe 24 degrees.
Nice.
And a lot of the afternoon, evening, morning were single digits. So
yeah,
that was unusual for me.
Yeah. We just got done with our bout of, I think the lowest it got was 24 for a little while, but now we're up in, had a couple of rainy days that were up in the 40s and maybe 50s. But
there was talk, because I was on some calls and they were talking about the weather, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But there was talk of Virginia or in that like North Carolina area getting a blizzardnado or something crazy like
a tornado.
Like a tornado blizzard.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds awful. So, and they're not, they're not used to that kind of weather and all that kind of stuff. So should be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happened. I don't know if they got snow. Well, it wouldn't be till maybe tomorrow or Monday. So maybe it'll be all over the news by the time.
Right. There's an episode of Parks and Rec where they have like emergency preparedness from the state, and because of what happens, they find out that they just have to tank it and fail it as quick as possible. So they start out with it being about bird flu or avian flu. When they finally decide, like, okay, we just got to tank it, Leslie goes up and she's like, let's just kick this up a notch. And she like rips open some of the letters and it's like, Pawnee has also been hit by a tornado quake.
Oh, no. That's funny. That's really... Well, it's kind of interesting. So in a weird way, bad weather segues into what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Only in its relation to, this is kind of related to the travel I do. And so last year, about the same time, I also got to experience the cold. And it was more painful in a way, because I had overnight in Chicago.
Yeah. And
Chicago was maybe it was zero.
Right.
It was zero, but they have wind. So it was like negative 17 or something wind chill factor. And I was out, I had a flight maybe midday, and I went to a thrift store, and then I actually found a tiki mug.
Oh, nice.
That I was just looking, it's up there on the shelf, and some other stuff, not much, but I found some other stuff, and I had to put it away in the suitcase because this was the beginning of my trip. And now I was heading to the airport from there, and so I had to repack my suitcase. So I went to the back of the car, I opened it up, started unzipping the suitcase, and I was messing with some stuff first, tried to unzip the suitcase, open my suitcase, there's zippers on the inside for each side of the suitcase.
Okay.
And I got to the point where I couldn't move the zippers because my hands weren't working.
Oh no.
Because I'd taken the gloves off and my hands were like cramping and I couldn't move it.
Yeah.
And I'm like fussing with it and going, oh wait, this is going to be bad. I should stop. And I just put stuff down, closed the back, got in the car, warmed everything up.
Yeah.
And took care of it later. So I'm like, oh, this is how frostbite happens. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
there was a time where when I was at college, it was, in Idaho, which gets very cold and windy too. And I went to like I think it was Halloween party or something. But on my way back, where I parked my car wasn't close to my apartment. So I had to parked kind of far away, and it was snowy and windy, and I made it like halfway home, and I was like, oh, I forgot like my backpack or something in the car, so I had to go back. And when I got home, I was just like really thirsty and dry, and I I just got some water from the faucet, and as I was drinking it, I felt it like get colder as it went down my throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think I've been in the cold for too long.
Yes. That's always funny. More different version of that is when Claire and I took the first truckload out here to Arizona. It was middle of July, and we went to EG's and got an EG, and I swear it'd been a decade since or longer since I've had a brain freeze. But
yeah,
I tried the EG, and I was just eating it, and I got the worst brain freeze of my life because I was so hot and it was so cold. It was really fun. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but I've been on this journey before where I've traveled in winter, but and so I've had coats, I had gloves, I had a hat, I had a heavy coat that was basically to cover about 10, maybe 8 to 10 hours of the trip. Out of a 2-week trip, because where I was going is never hot. It's never cold. And so like I had a layover in London that I had to be have a hat for.
All bundled.
And then, all bundled for, and then never touch those clothes again, but carry them around for 2 weeks. So, so that is because I was going to India. That was last year as well.
Yeah.
So I had gloves. I had bought gloves specifically for the layover in Chicago. Is how bad it is. And this time at least, in Connecticut, I wasn't heading for India. And so I did I got some special shoes for this trip. Luckily I thrifted them, but I got the LL Bean shoes to keep my feet dry.
Nice.
And got a good price. And I thrifted a nice stocking cap from Carhartt, and and I had the gloves from last year. I haven't lost them yet because I haven't used them since last year. And so I was protected. Nice. But the area that I go to in India is very, very far south. It's in the state of Kerala. And just to give you an idea, because it's close to the equator, like the difference between sunrise and sunset throughout the year varies between, it's like 6 to 6:30 or 6:30. It's like, it's like roughly there's a half hour difference, and it's usually about 6 to 6:30 that it rises, 6 to 6:30 that it sets.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Wow.
Between those hours. And the temperature range is, I think the low is ever on a rainy day with wind is 75. So,
wow.
But the high, like 105. So yeah, it's pretty mellow range, but it's always warm. And as soon as you get off the airplane, it's a blast of hot, wet air. So anyway, in those conditions, that's just kind of the interesting contrast for the clothing I have to carry.
Right.
Sometimes. But anyway, that's how that's going. But what I was thinking about is today is to talk about something related to India, because I was thinking through different things and different experiences there, and I want to kind of set up this experience. So when I go there, I stay in this Marriott hotel. Okay. And it shares the property with what was at one time the largest shopping mall in India.
Oh, wow.
And and that wasn't that long ago that it was the largest, but it has since been supplanted by another one that was slightly larger. But it's huge. It's like 6 floors of of a mall. It's got on the top floor in the food court, it has ice skating rink and a amusement park with a small roller coaster and a bowling alley.
Wow.
And movie theaters. And then on the bottom floor is a huge, massive supermarket called a hypermarket. Is that's what they call them. A big grocery store with multiple things is called a hypermarket instead of a supermarket. Just different. Which it's amazing because it's for us it's kind of old school, or I don't know. We don't have these kind of grocery stores used to have the hot counters around. Yeah. And some of them still do. There's some I've seen them on the kind of like Whole Foods does, right?
Yeah.
They've got all the different little. It's more like that, which for out here, like Albertsons and Fry's and all that, they don't do that anymore as much.
Right.
They might have but this one. So just for like they have a hot food counter. On the one side you have, and it's really funny because it's meat. Like hot dishes, like curry type thing, but not curries, but it's hot dishes. So there's hot dishes that are meat, are non-veg, then veg. And then they have fried foods. And then they have snacks, which are deep fried snack foods. And then there's it's great. They have a pita bread that they're making, and it just falls out of the ceiling. Like it's this conveyor belt coming out of the ceiling, just dropping bags of pita bread down, like freshly made pita bread. So and then there's like,
is it kind of how like the H Mart in Mesa has all those restaurants, but not really
kind of, except for they're in the grocery store. They're not a separate kind of food court. They're just around the edge. So there's the foods, there's more like fried foods, there's fried snacks, there's pita, there's treats, which has pastries, I guess, because there's baklava, like 14 different kinds of baklava. And then some more called jalebi, which is like a honey-ish batter thing that they cook into a little treat. They have cakes, juice. And then it's the butcher, and there's a cold cuts counter. And so just keeps going. Center, they have nuts and fruits and bulk. Do they have baklava that isn't nut flavored? Or is all baklava some sort of nut? All of it usually has either walnuts, pistachios, I guess maybe or walnuts and pistachios are the big ones. They might have some that's just, but usually not. Usually it's got some kind of. Why do you not like?
I was just wondering if they have that many flavors. If do they have like berry ones or? No, it's always going to be phyllo, honey, nuts. But sometimes it's stringy phyllo. Like and it looks like a little bird's nest. And that one's fun. And then there's just different shapes. Some of them are rolls. And then they have nuts. I think I was trying to think of 14 different kinds of nuts and wasn't.
Really, that's the funny thing, is that it's not 14 different kinds of nuts. It's just different shapes, and it's funny how different they can taste being those different shapes. I think some of them might have rose water in them or something, so just weird stuff like that. So, and it might be 8 instead of 14, but it's still a lot. It's a lot of different ones, and it's cheap and it's fun to get. So, so, I used to go over and wander over to the market, and then a couple trips later, because I go to the market or I go to the food court or whatever, just to entertain, because I can't drive there. I'm not supposed to drive. I don't rent a car when I go there. So if I'm going to, and before that before they had the metro rail, I couldn't really get around as easily. So anyway, so then I decided that it would be fun to spend one of the nights going to the movies, because to see what that was like.
Yeah.
And so the interesting thing about the movies there is that they release them. You have to go up and figure out if there's going to be one that's in the language you speak.
Okay.
And that means you got to find the one that says it's in English, because at least in that area, it will say there. It could be it could be Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and maybe something else.
Wow.
But typically they release, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Typically they release films in like 9 different languages.
Wow.
So
yeah.
in South India, there'll be Hindi, and then there'll be Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam, and Kannada. Those ones are all southern. Those 4 are southern dialects. So it's funny to go in and see like what's this in?
Yeah.
Because it could be any of them. The other thing that's funny about it, or not funny, I just kind of to speak to the culture. So I don't know if you know much about Indian cinema, but they produce 2 times or more what Hollywood produces every year. So a lot of the times they're doing the films and replacing maybe having a show on TV. You know, like they're putting more effort into the movies and I was talking to one of the guys over there, and they said that his wife and her sisters always are like, oh, how many times have you gone and seen this one, whatever the new movie is? Oh. And they're like, oh, I've been 3 times already. And so it's a cultural, like it's a thing that's done.
Yeah.
They're still going to the movies a lot, and they'll go multiple times and see it. And I think it's because it's still not a lot of streaming there for like services.
Okay.
And even if they are, like they have Disney something. I think it's called Disney Star, Disney Plus. It's kind of like Disney Plus, but it's not everything.
Okay.
And they have maybe Netflix, but it's different, and it's not maybe and it's definitely not all the Indian films, right? Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. And the local neighborhood theaters will just run movies. And then the big theater that I was in would show some more English movies, like Hollywood movies. And so I went and saw, I think the first one was maybe like a James Bond movie or something. Was out. And so that was fun. The theater itself, like this was a big theater, the kind of the fancier theaters are an experience as well. So you pick your seat, there's movie theaters here now that do that.
Yeah, I think it's getting more popular.
Right. It is. It's more, but it's been like that forever there because there's a range. And so and actually the further back you are in the theater, the nicer the seats are. So I went and I picked the really nice seat. Yeah. And it was, it was big. It was a big, comfy, like, seat. I think it was even like a rocker or something. And then I bought the seat, and then I went and got to the snack bar. Yeah. And yes, you can get popcorn, but that is not the only thing you can get. Because I got dumplings. Oh. I think they call it momo. Okay. Or they're but they're just like steamed dumplings of different flavors. Nice. And so you can have a serving of that. You could have others. You can have a whole meal. Yeah. Okay. And you can also, midway through, there's always an intermission, and you can order more food. Or you can tell them you want it at intermission, order it beforehand and pay for it, and they'll bring it to you. Wow. So that was wild. The fact that there was an intermission was wild. Yeah. The fact that the nicest seat in the house cost $5 was wild. Right. So I went and had a full meal, drink, popcorn, dumplings, a full thing, maybe even some candy or something. And the whole thing was like under $15.
Wow. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so I was just watching, James Bond or whatever. And I also saw, I saw Bohemian Rhapsody there one time. And that was fun. And that was actually well attended. The James Bond one wasn't as well attended.
Oh, interesting.
But the Bohemian Rhapsody, because it's music. And so I did that, and that was really fun.
Right.
To have that experience, and plus it's cheap, and and it's so the other thing that's interesting, especially for the American movies that are there, is that they will edit them.
Oh.
and so it was a first run James Bond movie, and you could tell that he was building up to having which they're very minor in James Bond movies, but probably a love scene in the movie.
Yeah.
And then it was the next scene. They're like, I think they cut something there.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting what they cut, and it's even fun on the TV. Everything has subtitles running on the TV.
Yeah.
You can't turn them off. And it's always funny to see what they will mute in the movie, and then what the closed captioning will read.
Oh. Do they have subtitles in the movies too, or
no?
Okay.
No, in the theater it's not so much. I think some of them might. They might have but they'll tell you ahead, like, it's this in this language, but there's also these subtitles.
Okay.
So that can happen. So after doing this a few times, I decide, I wonder what a Indian film is like.
Yeah.
And so one came out that kind of started me wanting to watch more. And it was actually one of the highest grossing films ever in India, but it was also one of the first Indian films to be recognized outside of India and got play here.
Yeah.
And it even won the Academy Award for the Best Original Song.
Oh.
So I thought I might talk to you a little bit and do kind of like your book review. I was going to do a films I've watched that I thought were decent or of note, and not necessarily decent, but worth looking at for the purely for the entertainment. So
yeah,
this one was a huge hit here in the U.S. too, and in fact, I think we were watching and we saw an interview with the director because his name's S.S. Rajamouli.
Okay.
And he is a pretty big director, and he was getting all kinds of press here in the U.S.
Nice.
And very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of Bollywood.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they call. This film is actually a South Indian film, and it's in the Telugu language, and so they call that cinema, they call it Tollywood or something like that.
Okay.
So there is a distinct
it's separation,
language difference. Yeah, there's a separation. What's really funny is because it was so big, it was dubbed into English.
Okay.
So everybody is dubbed, and one of the characters is from another region than where the movie's taking place, and doesn't understand English, but you're hearing him talk in English, and he makes this friend, and that friend can speak both local language and English, and they're talking to an English girl, and so it's weird because everybody's speaking English, but
one of them's not supposed to understand it.
Yeah, probably if we had done it, maybe it would have been subtitling him, and they're doing anyway. But they're speaking like 3 different languages in the right in some of those scenes. So that was you kind of wait, he doesn't understand her, even though we understand him. It's
right.
So have you heard of RRR? Have you heard of that movie?
Yeah, you played a little bit for me.
Okay.
Before.
So what is really interesting, and this will be kind of consistent with all these movies, is the point of view. Okay, so this one is it's funny because it's very much anti-British East India, or the colonialism.
Yeah.
Because the 2 main characters are Sitarama Raju, and Beam, who is Komaram Beam, and Alluri Sitarama Raju. And these were both 1920s era revolutionaries.
Okay.
Like, and what it is one guy is Ram, or the Sitarama is Ram.
Oh, okay.
That's his nickname, or the name he goes by. He is at the beginning of the film serving as a officer in the British, for the British.
Okay.
But the thing you get to learn about almost all these films is that everybody is overpowered.
Yeah.
So they say, you need to go retrieve this guy who threw rocks at the compound and there's a bunch of locals, and there's thousands of them. He goes, get that guy, and everybody won't go. And then he comes out and he jumps over the fence and he runs after the guy, and everybody's beating him up and he's getting all bloody, but he still captures the guy and still brings him back after this like 10-minute just beat down on him.
Yeah.
He still walks him back and is fine. He's bloody and everything, but he should have been dead about 13 times. And then the very beginning of the film is there's a British aristocracy lady. They're in a small village. There's this young girl doing like henna designs on her. Yeah. And she's like, oh, that's very good. And she tells the mom, oh, she does great. Here's some, I want her to do this more for me. And she goes, how much? And the lady's like, I don't know. And they give her some money, the mom some money. And then the British lady takes the little girl and walks away with her. And the mom's like, no. What are you doing? And the other guy goes, they think they just bought her.
Yeah. And
they're just taking her away. And so they go driving away, and the mom tries to stop them, and they bash her and drive away.
Yeah.
She does live, which is good. But
yeah,
they're just, they just like, and they're about to shoot her to get her out of the way. They drive away and they take the girl. So the village,
that scene and the fight scene is about as much as I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so the villagers call on their protector, who is Beam.
Okay.
And so did I show you the one where he's, I think they show him running through the forest kind of training, and he's trying to get away from
is it a tiger?
A wolf, a tiger. He's trying to get away from a tiger. No, I think it's maybe it's a wolf or something, and it's about to get him, but he sees that the tiger's in the side, and so he dives out of the way, and the tiger tackles the wolf, and then he ropes the tiger or the wolf or one of them, and has them held together with his arms with the ties just out of reach. Yeah. And it kind of, and so everybody's overpowered, which is really entertaining. But the Rom has other, he looks like he's a really good soldier. Like he's on the side of the British, but he's just like he's like a sleeper cell or something, because
Oh,
the British had come to his village when he was young and had slaughtered half of them and killed his dad, but he learned how to use a gun, and he said, I'm not coming back until I have a gun for everyone in the village, because they're trying to fight off the tyranny.
yeah.
And so he goes incognito as a good soldier to get promoted so that he can be the one doing the arms delivery and then steal all the guns.
Nice.
And then the beam shows up in the same area, and they get word from like one of the regional mayors or something tells the British folks that their protector is coming to get the girl back, and that's Beam. And
Yes.
so they send Rom to find out who this guy is, who Beam is, but they don't know his name. They don't know what he looks like, and to capture him. But then something happens, and they meet each other, and a kid is out on the river, and a train crashes and is going to fall off the bridge and hit the kid, and they both work together to save him.
Oh, nice.
And so then they become friends, and then they become better friends, and they become best friends.
Yeah.
And there's this whole montage, and then he finds out who he is, and Rom finds out who Beam is, and then he has to capture him, and he has to kind of betray him, but then because he's still eventually he realizes I can't keep doing this to my friend. And Beam is about to get hung,
right,
or something, and he puts a plan into place to save him, and then there's more. But basically, and then
isn't it like a 3-hour movie or something?
Oh yeah, it's 3 hours. It's a little over 3 hours, and it just keeps going and going. But it just is really amazing. Like they went midway through, they release a bunch of wild animals into a party, and they're just killing. It's just everybody. There's so much slaughter in it, so much blood. It's really fun. So I went back and so I recommend it because it has, this director is very famous.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my friend Matthew over there, and he said, yeah, that one's okay, but the better film is, is Bahubali.
Okay.
It's Bahubali. One, it's the name, and really two A's. Anyway, Bahubali is a film that he did, and there's two parts. There's the beginning, and guess what? The conclusion.
Something I remember about RRR is that it's like in 3 sections, and each R is for a section, but I remember the first section doesn't start with an R.
Right, because so what it means, because they had, it's funny that it got translated weird, because it does actually do RRR and mean it, but I have to find rise, roar, revolt.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds better.
Yeah, in the movie it doesn't say it doesn't say that. It says some other word, and you're like, you spell things different than I do.
Yeah.
So he told me about Bahubali, and let's see. So after investing 182 minutes in RRR, let's see. The opening one's 159 minutes, and the conclusion is 171 minutes. So that was another 6 hours, roughly. The one big difference and why RRR is a little bit more palatable to Western audiences is that while it does have a musical number in RRR, it makes sense. In that it's part of the film. They're dancing and it doesn't. So in Bahubali, this guy who's it says it's a story about a woman who carries a baby in her hand while crossing a river, and a few days later he was reading about it, or he came up with this. It's let's see. It says an injured middle-aged woman emerges from a cave underneath a great giant waterfall carrying an infant. While trying to cross the river, she is swept away by the current, and facing death, the woman holds the baby aloft and prays to Shiva to protect the child. And it's Mahindra Bahubali for the sake of his birth mother and the kingdom of Mahishmati. And the tribesmen rescue the child. Chieftain's wife adopts him, naming him Sivudu, and grows up to be, and he becomes the kind of a protector and is strong. Anyway, and so it's set, in a scene like in on location.
Sure.
And all this real stuff, and then he finds somebody that he finds a lady that he sees her and kind of falls in love with her, and then makes it known, and then all of a sudden there's a musical number that is totally in a studio.
Oh,
that like it's kind of the same like flora and fauna around, but it steps out and they do this like music video kind of thing, and it's like it's a period piece, like way ancient period piece, and on location, and then all of a sudden they're in a studio with a musical number. And so that one, that just takes it this boom out. And is more typical of a lot more, like almost every single one of these has a musical number in them.
Wow.
The ones that don't are unusual, and we'll probably get to those. I think two of these do avoid a musical number. No, three of them do. So, but I have to admit that it is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I wanted to watch all of it. I was entranced. It was brilliant.
Nice.
And it's hard to say why, except for almost all of these, even though they're not supposed to be, are pretty much superhero movies. Because everybody's overpowered.
Right.
And it's kind of fantasy. It's like mythology in a way. In some of it, the RRR are real people, but very definitely fictionalized.
Yeah. Right.
Bahubali is more legend.
Okay.
So, and so, those were great, and he's a great director. And so then I started asking about other ones. I will spare you one of them, and it's actually by the same director.
Okay.
Because it was silly and disturbing, and I watched the whole thing, and I'm kind of upset about that. No, not really. I mean, it was so bad. But that it was kind of good.
Okay.
It's called Eega, Eega, and it's about this this kind of poor guy and girl like each other, and they decide that they're going to be married or whatever, but the local gangster takes a liking to the girl.
Okay.
And so he has the guy killed, and instead of dying, he gets instantly reincarnated into a fly.
Oh.
So Eega means fly.
Okay.
And harasses the gangster.
Yeah.
Until he is the vehicle of his death. But it's just so, there's like a dance number with the fly, and it's a little bit much. It was entertaining, but it was a bit much. So I've been through a bunch of his films. Then a lot of these, and all of those were on Netflix, so it was easy enough to get to them.
Nice.
And so they do have a big section. And so then the next one I watched, and this one has a different message. So the RRR is anti-colonialism.
Okay.
This one is called Cathal, Kathal,
Okay.
which is Hindi for jackfruit. So it's called, so it's Kathal, a jackfruit mystery.
Okay.
So what happens?
Is it like a glass onion mystery?
No. Well, I'll read the plot for you, okay?
Okay.
The movie begins with a local goon, Veer Singh Viru, being arrested as a result of an undercover operation led by Inspector Mahima Besor. At the press conference, the arrest is announced, but Mahima's senior does not reveal her role in this operation. So, the protagonist, this Inspector Mahima, is female.
Okay.
So her superior takes credit for it, or just doesn't give her any credit.
Okay.
And then her fiance or boyfriend is a constable who points it out, but gets but it just doesn't
go anywhere.
He's trying to smooth things over, but they're just ignoring.
Yeah.
And then the movie, then 2 exotic bred jackfruit go missing from a tree in the garden of the MLA, which I don't know what that means, but like a mayor, like a rich mayor guy.
Okay.
And then this lady is assigned to the case to find these missing jackfruit. And it says, despite its ridiculous nature, the whole police unit is under much pressure to find the fruit before it ripens, because it's this rare jackfruit that has grown for them. And he's got influence over the police department. So they put her on this, and it's just ridiculous. And it's throughout the case, Mahima faces passive caste-based discrimination from her subordinates, including Sarupa's father, which is the father of her boyfriend.
Okay.
And they promise to promote her to DSP if she solves the case, but she refuses, asking him to promote the boyfriend instead, thereby reducing the hierarchy between them, because she's got a higher rank.
Okay.
Than he does.
Yeah.
So, and it just keeps going, and it is a little bit ridiculous because it's a jackfruit, and they know she's like, this is stupid, but it's a really special jackfruit, and they're getting really angry about it, and it just keeps going on from there. But the whole thing really is trying to say, why does this caste system matter? Why do we have to have arranged marriages? Why it just keeps asking why the misogyny, the arranged marriages, the caste system, it just keeps questioning those. And it's kind of a violent move. Like there's some violence in it. There's some really bad stuff that goes down. But
right.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
But it was good because it really is trying to use it as a vehicle to work on these social norms and confront them. And so that's been the interesting thing. The ego one, even though it was silly with the fly, was also doing that. It was marrying for love, and you don't have to, and all those kind of things. And it was really, they're quite progressive.
Yeah.
So
are they like pretty easy to get? Like the message of them, they're not like
it's
trying
pretty
to obscure
blatant.
it too much.
No, they're not hiding. That's the thing, is that they're not hiding it at all.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, the anti-colonialism stuff, because it's very much the British are horrible and we hate them.
Yeah.
And all of them are terrible, horrible people that kill anybody they can. And then the one nice British lady in the movie does get celebrated as a nice lady who's trying to do good, but she was the exception.
Right.
So that's in the RRR. But in this one, in the jackfruit mystery, it's a different message, but it is very blatantly, she's always bringing it up. She's always fighting. She's not getting any respect, but then finally, in the end, does, I believe, get the respect. But it also involves the fact that there's been 43 girls that have gone missing. So as part of this whole thing, they don't just uncover the jackfruit. They uncover this like female slavery ring that this goon has set up, and so 43 girls have gone missing, and she finds all this other stuff too, and eventually she gets assigned to lead a special cell to combat human trafficking.
Oh,
so it has all these like heavy social issue things.
Yeah. Right.
And then in the end, it turns out the jackfruit were stolen by a group of monkeys. So, so it's kind of funny. The reason the investigation started tied to some other stuff and revealed some really bad stuff that now they're able to, and so people started paying prices for what they were doing, nice. And all because of some jackfruit.
Was the guy who's like hiring them to find the jackfruit, was that the guy doing the trafficking ring, or is that
no, it was the mayor guy. But it was related. Yeah, it was related to that family though.
Okay.
Like they were not innocent in this. But it does it fairly lighthearted, but it is still, it's like violent but lighthearted.
Yeah.
So it was and so that was really, really, really funny and really enjoyable. So that was good. Yeah. Let's go to one that was good, but so.
Okay.
There is an actor who's been doing this forever.
Okay.
And his name is Salman Khan. And he's very famous. And he sings, he directs, all this stuff. And I just watched a movie with him in it. I don't know how many movies he's done. Maybe 1 billion.
Yeah. I think my coworker has talked about him before.
Yeah. I was once watching a cricket match that was like an all-star one. Yeah. And it was the Mumbai Bombers versus the Kerala team.
Okay.
And the Kerala team was winning, but he was in the audience for the Mumbai team because that's where Bollywood is. Right. And he was visibly upset, but trying to keep a good face. But you could tell he was not happy.
Yeah.
It was really, really funny. So he's trying to be cool, but just you could tell he was not having a good time.
Right.
Let's see. His career, he started in like 1988, and he's been doing stuff ever since. I wonder what his total number is if they have his filmography here. He's just, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. One older one that I watched, he was a police officer and they had these, again, completely overpowered. Like he'd go to try and get this guy, and he was he had all the, like the guy would shut the doors behind him, and he would go punching his way through brick walls. Yeah. And stuff. It was, yeah. But this movie is called...
This is at least 124.
Yeah, exactly. Movies. So, at least.
Crazy.
I mean, it has to... At least. Because he's just in everything, and he's everywhere, and he's a huge star.
Yeah. That is funny. It's not even like it is 124. It's like at least 124.
Yeah, because... Well, yeah, and you start losing track because they do so many films.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
But this movie, it's fairly recent. It's called Sikandar.
Okay.
It's from 2025, so it's very recent. And he is this. It's Hindi, so it's Bollywood. It's very different, and follows more of that. Pattern, which is they have the movie, but there's also got to be a lot of musical numbers in it.
Nice.
So typically, like this one's 135 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the musical numbers, it'd be like a 90-minute movie. So,
wow.
Yeah. But he sings, so he's got to have his number. But this one was interesting because he plays, I think he plays Sanjay. Let's see. Yeah, in the film, Sanjay Sikandar Rajkot is who he plays.
Okay.
And there's a tragic accident that motivated him to redeem his past by changing the lives of 3 people. And anyway, he's super, 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 super rich, but he's from a little small village.
Okay.
And so nobody knows this. And so all these like people from the big city think he's just a nobody. And then they find out he's, anyway.
Yeah.
He is, he's a good guy. Like, this is one of the ones where he's just super good guy all the way through. He gets a little bit involved in his business and ignores some stuff. And I think his wife dies, and then he goes and avenges her death by making these other people's lives better. And because he donates her organs and other things to these 3 different people, and then he follows them around and then helps them succeed and have good lives because they bear the parts of his wife that he loved. Which it's a neat, I mean, it's a touching story, but it does have there's a lot of cheesiness to it.
Sure.
And he's overpowered as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like every last element of it is pandering, but it's done really well.
Yeah.
And so that one was just, if you're going to watch a Salman Khan movie, that one's palatable.
Okay.
And I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I've watched a lot of them. Because I'm just remembering now a couple that were, there it is. Okay.
It sounds like, despite the length of them, like they go by really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they don't feel like they drag or anything.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. And now some of the ones by like the Bahubali, you can tell they're long, but they're enjoyable.
Okay.
So I want to get to 3 that are very kind of, the last 3 here are unique because of what they are.
Okay.
Because they don't feel like Indian films in a way.
Yeah.
So, and there's a good reason for it because 2 of them, unlike all these other ones, these 2 are, there's 4 final ones. So I'll be fast, but
no worries.
2 of them are Malayalam language films, which is very unique.
Okay.
That's the language from Kerala in southern India. And so that's unique about them. The first one is called Minal Murali.
Okay.
Which translate as Lightning Murali. And it's from 2021. It's pretty much considered like the first Malayalam language superhero film.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's really good, and it doesn't have a musical number. There's music in it.
Sure.
But it doesn't have this step out of reality musical number.
Yeah.
But it is filmed predominantly in Kerala. So it's interesting having been there, you look at the movie and it looks like the towns I've been through.
Nice.
It's 159 minutes long.
Okay.
So it's almost 3 hours. It says the plot, because it just helps. In the 90s, Jason, it's Jaison.
Okay.
Which is funny. It says a young tailor from the village of Kurukanamula dreams of building a career in the U.S. And it's funny, this Jason guy who's a tailor, he always has like clothing on that has a brand on it that's spelt wrong.
Oh.
Like a famous, I think it's, what's the one that is the Supreme? Supreme. It's like Supreme, but it's spelled differently.
Okay.
Like he changed, it's funny, or Nike in it, but it's like spelled different, but it has the swoop.
Yeah.
It's not spelled Nike. Yeah, it's really funny. But he's trying to do like fashion and stuff.
Yeah.
And then his plans are hindered by obstacles in his personal life, and the dad opposes Jason's relationship with his daughter, who's engaged to Anish. Anish's ex-girlfriend is also resentful towards him. Meanwhile, Shibu, who's a social outcast, harbors feelings for his childhood sweetheart Usha, who happens to be the sister of Dasan, a worker in Jason's father's tailor shop. And although he likes Usha doesn't like him. Anyway, on Christmas Day, lightning strikes Jason and Shibu simultaneously, giving them telekinetic superpowers.
Okay. Cool.
And I can't remember who the bad guy is. Which one was bad? I think Jason is the one. Yeah. So I think Jason's the one. He doesn't take the high road.
Okay.
But Shibu does. And so as they're getting to learn they eventually start, they have to face off eventually. Yeah. This movie is fantastic. And it really is really well done. And it's really stand out and really particularly good.
Yeah.
So that one's fun to see.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
The other one is this one. So Matthew recommended this to me, my manager there in India. It's like, and it's also Malayalam language, and it's called Rifle. It's called Rifle Club.
Okay.
So guns aren't a thing in India, really.
Okay.
Like only the army carries guns. People don't privately own guns very much. But this is about a rifle club where at that club they have guns. Okay. And they'll go hunting and Okay. But what happens is in this one is it says in 1991 Mangalore-based gangster Dayanand hosts a birthday party for his son, Bishu, along with his other son, Bira. During the celebration, Bishu becomes infatuated with the dancer, Nadia, and tries to kiss her. Nadia's partner, Ali, intervenes because Ali and Nadia are a thing, and strikes Bishu, causing him to fall into a dumpster multiple levels below. Furious, Dayanad sends his men to capture Ali and Nadia, forcing the couple to flee. The guy dies. The
falling into the dumpster. Or?
Yeah. And so they're seeking him, and so Ali and Nadia flee to Kannur, where they hope to seek refuge with Ali's cousin and actor preparing for a hunter role in the film. And so, and then they go to this. Actor cousin joins a rifle club to learn how to handle guns and stuff as a hunter. And the club is led by these people, and it's a whole family and friends. And the club functions as an extended family of skilled hunters, and they arrive and hide out there, and they're given shelter, and then things happen. But the gangsters and his son are trying to find this guy and avenge the death. Okay. And so they finally figure out where he is, and they come to this rifle club thinking they're just going to storm in as a bunch of gangsters and take these people out. And there's old ladies and old men and young people and this whole conglomeration. It's kind of like this funny commune of rifle people. Yeah. And so they start trying to take him out, and these people are like, okay. And they're like, yeah, we all have guns. What's your problem? And
none of the gangsters do, or?
The gangsters have them, but they expected nothing. They just thought they could walk in and take the kid back. And everybody's like, no. And it is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's such a fun film. So, and it's only 120 minutes, so it's a short one.
Oh, nice. Not
So,
bad.
but that was good. And so those have all been great. And they're all fanciful and fun. And this one is the one that comes the closest to being all reality and not anybody's overpowered.
Yeah.
It's just good gunplay. And so maybe they're a better shot than they would normally be, but nothing out of the... So This is finally coming down into reality.
Sure.
And what's also interesting about being more realistic, which is fun. Yeah, and it's hilarious. Oh, and as a side note, in the scene as they're panning around, there's in the lobby there's a typewriter.
Oh.
And it's a typewriter I own.
Oh, nice.
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's the Olivetti Underwood, the turquoise one that I have.
Oh, okay.
Is in the movie too.
Oh, funny.
which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And so then for the last ones, we go from almost reality to fully in reality. So
okay.
And I'll wrap these ones up, but one of them is called 83.
Okay.
So it's this one is from 2021. It's Hindi language, and it's a biographical sports drama. So it is in 1983. Officials in Mumbai are invited to the Cricket World Cup.
Okay.
And the team arrive in London, where they witness the West Indies cricket team being hounded by paparazzi. So basically what happens is this is them trying to win at the Cricket World Cup.
Okay.
And India is in Group B with Australia, West Indies, Zimbabwe. They unexpectedly win, and they keep going, and then they lose badly against Australia. The end result is that they win the World Cup. So they went from nowhere to winning the World Cup in 1983.
Nice.
And so this really happened.
Okay. Yeah.
And at the end, they're showing pictures of the people. They do that whole. But it was really a struggle. Like this whole to win was really, really a big deal, and they kind of expressed that struggle that they went through, and the racism and the oppression and the difficulty and and all this stuff. So it's if you like a sports film, it's probably one of the better sports films ever made.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was really good. 160 minutes. But a lot happens, but it's really, really well done.
Nice.
In fact, this plot is way longer than most of the other ones because it's explaining all of the innings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm like, okay, just get to the point. Just get.
Right.
Oh, and then it says that what happened is at one point India beats Australia eventually, and Roger Binney, who's one of the players, was named player of the match, and the Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi orders that every town and village in the country get television service for the semi-final against England.
Wow. So,
and in some of the countries, or some of the villages where it was very traditional villages, they weren't allowed to watch TV. And so she's like, no, we're going to watch TV now. And I think even to the point where, that's what it was. The certain cast weren't allowed to have TV. And so police would take TVs from people of certain cast. And so this changed that too.
Wow.
So lots of weight. And cricket and India is really interesting because if I'm not mistaken, another significant event, when India and Pakistan separated, their cricket team was in a tournament.
Mm.
And members of the team were going to have to go back to new countries.
Wow.
So like a good portion of the team was from Pakistan.
Yeah.
And that happened
Just
right in the middle of their turn. Yeah. Yeah. So just really, really, I mean, there's a lot in these movies that's just so much. Now, there is a whole swath of Indian movies that are just soap operas. For lack, it's just he loves her, she loves him. He doesn't have the approval of parents. There's thousands of those. I don't watch those. There's many of the type that's more like the Sikandar, that's the overpowered, good guy fighting the bad guys. And there's lots of those. And so I've watched a few more that, maybe weren't so great, but hard to get into, right? Some are really good. And
a lot of time commitment.
Yeah, a lot of time commitment to decide whether or not you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it just some of them you just have to laugh. So 83 was great. Another kind of sports movie, for lack of a better term for it. And this one's not that long, 107 minutes.
Okay.
It's called Skater Girl.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've heard of that one. No. This one's really, really, really good. It's also on Netflix and I'm sure other places, but this one's a true story.
Okay.
So in the remote village of Kempur, where life is governed by tradition and societal norms, Prima, a teenage girl who's obedient and everything, but with a spark of curiosity, desires for something more. Jessica, a British Indian woman, arrives in the village to explore her late father's roots. She's fascinated by the simplicity of the village and begins to connect with the local children. Jessica's clothes get dirty when a young boy actually throws cow dung at her shirt. Ankush is the younger brother of Prema. He's the one that threw it. Yeah. Prema takes Jessica to a water pump, washes her stuff out. Anyway, Jessica's watching the kids play with makeshift toys, and she posts this video. And then her friend Eric wants to travel to the village. But they've made toys with like made their own skateboards and stuff. And so he comes with a proper skateboard, and she orders a few skateboards, and with the help of Eric, teaches the kids how to skate.
Oh.
And then the children, including Prima, are initially puzzled, but they start enjoying it. And then there's some drama about whether or not she's like in traditional wear, like with the skirt and the everything, skating this Prima. And then, and there's a lot of like, she can't skate. Well, Prima goes on, they have a skate competition because it says the growing popularity of skateboarding, especially among the girls, sparks some concern because it's not traditional. It's just really interesting how it develops. But what it leads to is the first skate park in India.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, so they build through one thing and another. The Queen of Udaipur is inspired and secures funds to help make it.
Nice. And
then I think Primo gets to finally compete, and it's completed. Jessica organizes a national skateboarding competition and gets people from around the surrounding areas. And Prima decides to secretly enter the competition, and she seeks out, and she gets and she doesn't win the competition, but she is gifted an honorary prize because she lands some good tricks and participates. Nice. So, so it's just neat, and the father begins to soften, and so it's a nice story, but it is a true story of the first skate park in India.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So that's kind of a highlights of all these films I've been watching. Yeah, and they it's just interesting, the message of them. So some of them are kind of hidden and about, these, I don't know, obviously the actual events of RRR sort of happened, but not
Sure.
really.
Yeah.
Bahubali is a legend. Uh, Manal Murali is pure fantasy superhero movie.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
but they do have messages to them.
Yeah.
Even Sikandar, even though it's cheesy, has a good message about helping others out and how it can change your heart. And it's
Nice.
nice cheesy. The best Hallmark movie ever made.
Nice.
It really is really good, and there's lots of good fight scenes in it too. So
Yeah.
that you don't get in the Hallmark movie.
Not many.
No, not like that. And then to have the true ones too be just as good.
Yeah.
83 and Skater Girl are just fantastic, and the Skater Girl one I think is in English, like all the way.
Okay.
So it was. I don't even know if it was a. No, it is. It looks like an Indian director. Yeah, Indian-born filmmaker based in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So this is a Netflix feature, but she had directed some Disney Channel movies too. So Indian staff and all that on that one, but it is a true story. It is an Indian director, which is great. So
cool.
And so all of those are fantastic. It's fun to see the different cinema. International cinema. All of those are very enjoyable films. And so that's why I'm kind of recommending all of these if you want to introduce yourself to Indian cinema, because it's not, and it's, I think only one of these can be classified as Bollywood, which is Sikandar.
Okay.
The Jackfruit Mystery is a Hindi language film, but it's not typical Bollywood, even though it's probably falls in that. The
Right.
Any of the RRR and Bahubali are the Telugu language areas, which is southern India. And then the other two are definitely more southern, meaning Malayalam language, which is quite unique. That's an emerging area so that's what's neat about those, is that there's hasn't been a force in cinema up until these films, and they're very good.
Wow.
So
that's really good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's crazy, but so what questions do you have? I know I've talked a lot because I'm trying to get kind of overload on these different movies, but what questions do you have about them?
So I have seen some like compilations sometime of like fight scenes in Indian movies.
Okay.
Some of them get pretty ridiculous.
Yes.
I think I remember seeing one where they like kind of ball all together and like hold their shields together, and then they launch this group of guys in a catapult.
Oh yeah, cool.
But they're able to like bounce around and knock people out because they're still holding onto their shields. And then they all spread out and land on their feet. And,
that sounds familiar.
Is there a favorite fight scene you have across these films? Or
yeah, so the ones that are in RRR pretty consistently are fantastic. That might be my favorites.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of cheering for them, and when they get to be, friends again, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
So, and they're pretty likable. And then, he does good fight scenes. That guy Rajamouli does great fight scenes. The ones in Sikandar are there, but they're ridiculous. And really, honestly, the best standoff scene or best standoff sequence is in Rifle Club.
Okay.
That one, because when they eventually take out the gangster, the father is a kind of a bad guy.
Nice.
When it's that one's you've got to. I mean, of all these, if you just want the best, most entertaining, hilarious one, it's Rifle Club. It's just the best. It's
nice.
It really plays to all kinds of audiences. So
nice.
But yeah, definitely between Rifle Club, Fight Club, almost Rifle Club and RRR are probably the most Western palatable.
Okay.
And 83 and Skater Girl are also Western palatable because they're documentary they're reality based. So those ones are hard to mess up. So, because they have a solid story behind them, but that's kind of, the other ones are just kind of entertaining. So
is there any of the musical numbers that stand out, or?
Well, so if you want a musical,
so the RRR won the award, but
the song did. It was a fun, but the any Salman Khan one is pretty fantastic but it's it's not based in reality. It doesn't have anything to do with the film. It's just a vignette of him singing. But it's interesting to see the dance moves, and he's always going to do some good ones. Because they have different meanings and like hand symbols and ways to look, and you're like, and you can just tell all this means something, and I have no idea what that is. So it's just fun to watch. I mean, don't get me wrong, the dance numbers are great. Just cheesy because they don't have anything to do with the movie, but they're great. They definitely step outside of the film for the most part. So the last two, no musical number. Actually, there might be one. So Manal Murali might have music.
Okay.
But it's not like a vignette.
Yeah.
And the Jackfruit Mystery, there's no musical number because it's more of a mystery and it keeps going. Sure. And then the last two don't have musical numbers. So that's what makes them different. So cool. You got a whole swath of variety there. There's more that I've seen that are ridiculous. There's one that Disney did that's pretty cool, but I think it's in going to be multiple ones, and there's only the first one's out, and so it was good. There's a lot, and obviously there's a lot. They do way more than the U.S. does, but I don't know. We might be catching up now with all the streaming services, but
right.
But it is great.
Yeah.
So there's my current recommended list.
Nice. How many of those have you seen in the theaters?
I haven't seen any of them in the theaters.
Oh, okay.
Because they were already out of the theaters by the time I found them.
Okay.
So usually I ask Matthew if there's something I should be watching.
Yeah.
And he'll give me a list of what his favorites are right currently. And so then I'll write them down or have him send me a list, and then I'll go find them.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are on Netflix. So that's cool.
That's good. It helps.
And it is fascinating to see. So a lot of times I'll watch movies on the Middle Eastern airlines, and they're edited. And so it's really funny to watch like something like HBO at the hotel, but it's edited for content. And just as a side note, it's really hilarious to watch TV in India, because if you're watching a movie and anybody is smoking a cigarette in it, it starts flashing, "Smoking is bad for you." None of the actors, or at the beginning of it says, "Smoking is bad for you." None of the actors in this movie actually smoke. It's just for it's just the character in the movie, and they do not promote smoking, and like just this huge, but it will flash even in the middle of the movie. As soon as somebody's smoking, there's like, "Smoking is bad for you."
Wow.
So it's really interesting to see that there's like social prompts in the middle of the movie that as it's playing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's cool.
It's great. It's great stuff, and it's fun to explore all of them. I recommend watching all of them. You can get all of them currently. I'm pretty sure not all of them are in English. have an English dub, but a lot of them do.
Awesome.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot to get through now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I added a few extras, but I would say, I would say try and pick one of each. Like, definitely see RRR, definitely watch Manal Murali, and definitely watch maybe Skater Girl. Those are symbolic of each of the things. I'd say that would cover the gamut.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I did, like I said, just as another update, is I did get to visit Alexander Calder's studio home that he had worked in for 40 years, up to his death. And it's out in Roxbury, Connecticut.
Nice.
So, and it's really cool. And it has big sculptures in it. So
that's awesome.
That's my highlight for the week.
Yeah.
I hope that this rundown was enjoyable. I know it's just kind of a lot of plot explanation, but it's hard sometimes to get into another culture's movies. So
yeah. So you didn't have a starting point.
Yeah. So here's a good starting point to get you into it.
Yeah. So awesome.
All right.
That's good. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Thanks for helping me with my mic setup.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
So
we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah. What's your plans for the week?
For the week, I don't know. I think it's just a normal work week. Chloe should be home in like an hour.
Cool.
So maybe we'll make some plans then. But, she's had to work at 6:30 the last 2 days, which means that I have to help get her up.
I get you.
She's usually pretty good about it, but sometimes I help with setting alarms.
Yeah.
Which means being up at like 4:30 in the morning so she can get all ready on time. So maybe just a little bit of a nap somewhere in there.
Yes. You need to do that Rube Goldberg machine that throws her out of bed and drops her into the shower and
the Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Well, good.
How about you? Anything going on?
Well, we had cousin Sam was here with his wife, but they for the Gym and Mineral show, so that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
But they're heading up to. They found what they wanted, and they're headed up to Prescott Valley to see Aunt Julie and stay there for a night, and then head back to Utah.
Cool.
And so we're probably gonna go get pizza.
Yeah, that
sounds
know. Nice.
Yeah, try Hungry Howie's because we've never tried it out that we can remember. So
yeah,
might try that out.
I think I've gotten that a few times. Whenever I'd have like a sleepover at Brendan's dad's.
Oh, okay.
I think we get Hungry Howie's, or I just remember that at least the coupons were around.
Yeah,
maybe that's it. But I remember getting it.
It was really close to his place.
It
was on like Broadway and rural area. Yeah, really like in that shopping mall. So I wouldn't be surprised. I was probably outside of Little Caesars was probably the closest pizza place to him.
Right.
So
yeah.
Well, fun. All right.
Cool. Well, thanks to everyone listening and enjoying, keeping up with it.
Yeah, I always wonder because how much of this is listenable. So
yeah,
but it's good to check in and good to explain different or expose different arts.
Right.
So
yeah.
Did you know? Speaking of expose, there was a poster or something back in the 80s, 70s that said expose yourself to art, and it was the backside of somebody flashing.
Oh, with like the trench coat.
Yeah,
I think I've seen that.
So that guy was the mayor of Portland at the time.
Really?
Yeah, that's so I was like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
just to tie it in.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. I love that. And we were driving around because with Seth and Josie and Abe had made a protest song list.
Oh yeah.
So, but you should go listen to the new Billy Bragg. It's called City of Heroes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one I've listened to it, but then I was singing along with it and was getting choked up. So that's
Nice.
a good one. So I recommend City of Heroes
Nice.
too. So
Sounds good.
all right, well, take care and see you
Thanks.
soon.
Sounds good. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.